Welcome to our community of acceptance and celebration. We call it NFT ART TALK. We're here Monday through Friday. Happy Monday! Join us live daily for a new way to experience the NFT art scene. We're going to be talking about what we are doing, the art and artists that inspire us, and hot topics related to NFTs, art, music, fashion, culture, whatever it is that gets us excited, really. Our primary focus is to have fun with new people interested in NFTs and showcase artists for art's sake. Today, we're going to be talking about our weekends because it was pretty tight. I went to a dope art show in real life. I know Karthik was chilling at South by. We were talking about some of the artists that inspire us, like Fallen NFTs, Klarens, Mlndr, and Daturians. Some of the hot things we noticed in the news over the weekend, Instagram NFTs, Universal Music, some other stuff that caught our eye. Make sure to like and subscribe to stay in touch. You can always follow us on Twitter, where we host spaces and also just generally hang out, and shoot us a DM if you want to come on the show. Last week we had our first interview, real tight. But most importantly, we're excited to hang out with you today on this Monday morning. What's up, Karthik? What's up?
What's up, Moshe, aka DJ Fetus?
Yeah.
Just chilling, man. Just kind of chilling out after South by. It was a little crazy.
You check out some shows this weekend, or?
Probably just checked out Black hip hop group out of here. It's pretty tight.
Yeah, I know we're playing their music on the show too. So
cool. They played a running shoe store that was pretty tight. It was real loud in there. It reminded me of our old jam room, actually. Me and the drummer went there. So
that's real tight.
Yeah,
I know our homie Mlndr was there. He was telling me about it. He said it was real tight. They had like dope shoes and everywhere.
My bro got some tight shoes they gifted, I think, to the artists and the people involved. My brother manages that act. But yeah, then Arlen Studios was the next night. That's Willie Nelson's studio in middle of downtown, off South Congress. But yeah, they played there Saturday night. That was pretty tight.
Did you go to that party? I know that's kind of like the traditional ending of South by Southwest. It feels like they always throw like a rager at Arlen.
Yeah, so Black ended at the end of I think it might have been like 2 or 3 days or whatever. But the last night they played there with Black Pistol Fire, which is a pretty tight rock band also. So I think they're from Canada. They might be down here based now, but
I think they live in Austin, right?
Yeah, I think they're in Austin now. So they split time and Black played with them. So that was pretty cool. They did kind of like a combo. We used to do that with them a lot, like hip hop / rock kind of combos.
Yeah, that's when we opened for Snoop.
Exactly. So it was pretty tight, man. But I saw more music than NFT kind of activations. NFT activations were earlier in the week, but it was pretty cool just to see live music, see people walking out and just kind of kicking it. And also just to hang out with people and tell them that I'm in this space, because a lot of people seemed like they're interested when I was saying that.
Yeah, that's real tight, man. So how was that received when you were out there? Like, did you talk to some musicians telling them about the NFTs and stuff? Like, were they like, oh, I want to get in? Or was it like, what was it like? I'm just curious.
Yeah. Everybody just want to link up. I don't think they know too much. Too many of the musicians I was running around, artists didn't know too much about it, but they all were receptive of like, let's meet up. Because after I told them I sold like at least 18 of those pieces that I've done, they wanted to kind of meet up and see if they can collaborate on stuff, which I'm down. Kind of just want to show musicians and artists how to kind of do it. But yeah, it was very receptive. It was a stark contrast, because if you go to the first part of the week, you saw a lot more crypto people there. But they did have like a Dollyverse. The Dollyverse show happened, which we'll do a review of that. But that happened towards the end of the week. But that seemed like the only major kind of NFT activation combined with the artists towards the end of the week.
So did you meet any like musicians or artists that were like in the NFT game just randomly when you were out like talking about it? They're like, oh yeah, actually I have one on OBJKT or
Nah, man, I didn't really meet too many. I know maybe it's just because I was going to more kind of established kind of artists that are playing and stuff, and they just are not new to the game. It seems like this kind of space is for those people who are still grinding and want to get into something new. But they all have heard of it. They all heard of it. Just I don't think they have anybody in the circles that is like invested in just looking at it daily and kind of checking it out, because that's what it kind of takes, honestly. So
Yeah.
that's what was cool. That's why everybody wanted to meet up, because it's like I had knowledge that they kind of want to know.
That's tight. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, I'm sure everyone in Austin is just taking a deep breath. I know that was always the Monday after South by for me. I was like, oh my gosh, deep breath. But yeah, that sounds awesome, man. I'm glad you got out there to preach the good word of the NFT and what you're doing.
It's a kickoff to all art kind of being released too. That's what I felt. As we always said, South by kind of kicks off music, so I kind of feel like, okay, here's a wave of art that's going to happen now. So it's pretty cool. Just kind of get you geared up for that.
That's real tight, man. And thanks for bringing South by to us on the show over the week. I know kind of last week we always featured something about South by, so that's real tight. Well, yeah, I wanted to talk about my weekend because I got to bring some of this stuff into real life. We went to myself and one of my homies just kind of surprised me in town from Austin. We went to go see our buddy Will Von Bolton's art show, and here at the Samuel Lynn Galleries in Dallas. Actually, I need to put all the links in the description below for Will. Will's just an amazing artist who's really inspired Karthik and I for a long time. And in so many ways, he's a photographer, he's a musician. This was kind of like the show. This was my favorite part of, and also I this is one of my favorite parts. And also, Roxana Redfoot, this model, was there like modeling a live photo shoot. It was just the coolest thing, man. And like our buddy Will was playing drums at the after party, and honestly, it was very much so that vibe. I mean, it was just so cool. I'm gonna bring this one up to talk about it some more, but it was a really cool event. Will manifested it into reality. Like, I remember talking to him like maybe 2 years ago, and he's like, this is what's gonna happen, and then boom, it happened, and we were all like, yes, all of us there, all of this artist homies supporting, and then just like the whole night was just so cool. It just reminded me of so many shows we've done, but I'd never seen live photography. And bro, it was like a rock show, dude. Like the room was packed. You couldn't get through. You know what I mean? Like people started posting up in front of the spot, like where he was shooting, like 15, 20 minutes before he started the shooting. And he was shooting, and then there were cameras covering him shooting. It was on point, cool. Dude. It was on point. And Roxana is like an amazing model who's absolutely beautiful and great at what she does. And he had screens all over the show that were doing, like, as he shot it, he was like changing the filters and the photo editing so that the people could see what he was like. It was like live, like previews of it. There's video. I just didn't know if it was okay to show it, to be honest. Like,
right, yeah.
Because it's his thing. I haven't talked to him about it, and Roxana was topless the whole time, so I didn't want to like put her on blast. But, anyways, it's amazing. I'll just say I'll put some more links in the description for them, and then if you're interested, go back after the show and check it out because it was just such a cool event. It was so dope.
Yep. Probably just wait till he drops it, and then you can probably hit him up and be like, hey, I got some B-roll.
Yeah, well, dude, and and a bunch of his stuff that it is published. Like if you go follow him on Instagram or follow Roxana on Instagram or Twitter, they're posting stuff about it. I just didn't want I wanted them to get like the love of all of it before I like personally. I don't know. It's just our homie.
It's cool. Will's always been a cool homie. He's always shot our band, and it's cool. He knows the photography and the music, so it's real tight as a like editor and just a person who can kind of, through his point of lens or point of view, can kind of portray the art in a cool way.
Dude, and he's an author, Loophole to Happiness, like
yeah.
You know, like he's written this book that's essentially an operating system for the mind. See if we can pull it up real quick, but here it is on Instagram. Yeah, I mean, again, I will put his links below, but It's basically each page has like three words to maybe like a full sentence, and it's just really honestly it's an amazing book. And he's toured with it and done all these amazing like really cool things. And yeah, you got to check out Will Von Bolton. Again, I'll get his links in the description. We're gonna get him in this
Uh,
NFT game too. We're gonna get him in here.
do you say if he's going to try to do like a series of these, or was it just like a big one off? You wanted to see what kind of happens?
The shows, I'm not sure. I think like he did have success with his show, but I don't know if he's
Okay.
gonna do more or exactly what his plan is. To be honest.
What's cool. Whatever he does is real tight. So I definitely want to go check out the next one he does. It's unfortunate he's during South by this week, but we'll definitely check out the next one. Check out some of the stuff he's been posting. Know what I'm saying?
For real. What's up, D Hawk? What's up? Good up. What's up? Good warming. Yeah, so this is kind of the first artist I wanted to talk about today on the show. He's kind of become like a digital homie, following NFTs. I think he's doing something really cool with. I know he's on Matic. He's doing something really cool with these game passes. He's like hosting games. Like if you buy one of his NFTs, it's all about utility.
Okay.
So basically, like right now, he's also hosting games in the metaverse, which is really cool. And here, I was gonna pull up his roadmap real quick. Right now, I think he's in phase 1, so he's kind of getting the 60 key holders out. And then once that happens, he plans to like facilitate meetings in real life and having like events basically around those meetings. So it's kind of like a utility for holding it, and then it's like a decision of the community, like exactly how to go on. But then like basically moving into like real life and community based events for holders of the feather. And then you can kind of see it's like it builds into networking and future drops and all this stuff. But I know he's already hosting events just so that like as he's like going through these phases, like everything is very doable. That's what I thought was really cool. He's very realistic about it. But honestly, last week I was just chilling with them in this wild like metaverse world that had like a mansion and this like massive yard with like a big ass stage on it and like all this crazy shit. And and then I know he hosted like a poker event, which if you hold a feather, you're kind of invited into them. You can win money, and I know they were doing like NFT giveaways and all this stuff, and playing poker, which was pretty cool. Also kind of metaverse web 2 integrations. It was really interesting. So I just wanted to make sure everybody here knew about it. Point 1, and it's all on Matic. So and the NFTs are really cool. I've seen some like animations that he has around some potential future drops, I think.
It's real tight, man.
Yeah.
And you
Really
said
cool.
you met him in Twitter Spaces and stuff.
I met him in Twitter Spaces through the Humans
Okay.
crew, and then
All right.
we started hanging out in Spatial because we both want to like do stuff in Spatial. So he was like showing me some of the stuff he's gonna do and he's done. But in his mansion, dude, it was so tight. It was like all these videos that he shot, like from Bali and Australia, and like just travels he's had. You know what I mean? And I just loved that about it too, because that's going to be such a cool piece of this metaverse. You're going to be able to like curate your own spaces and like, you know what I mean? Like you can definitely have a Karthik metaverse gallery space, whatever you want to do with it.
Yeah, I'll do that next for show.
You know?
It just takes a
Or
little
we
time
can
to
share
build
one.
that. Yeah. Yeah, we'll share one. Share
You
one for
know?
NFT Art Talk.
Yeah.
We should have one of NFT Art Talk where we just rotate pieces out.
Dude, I want to do a tour of the space this week on NFT Art Talk. I think we're going to do that later.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Cuz we already have a space and it's pretty tight. It is. It has like a DJ booth set up, like a stage. It's real tight. All right, we'll show you guys later. Karthik, let's talk about Klarens, man.
Yeah,
Another
Klarens
dope digital-
Malut. I really like this project. It's at year 5 of every day, so looks like he's been creating a lot of art, and any artist that does that, I always dig. I like this piece actually. This one stuck out to me. It's a little video piece. It has, yeah, you can hear the music too.
Dude, that's so tight with the snakes. Oh, look, it's got your little 3D guy. Too.
Yeah.
I know you love those 3D models, bro. I know it.
Yeah, you know, I just love the whole space theme. More stuff happening inside the body than we could see. I just like the art, man. But yeah, as a cyberpunk space theme, futuristic, always like that kind of look, I guess, modern look. But
I like the hyperwave.
Yeah, I just think the art is dope.
I like the hyperwave vibe with like the like grids and space and like the hot pinks and blues, you know.
I like the details too, a lot of details, and I always love videos or photography or pictures that have a lot of details in it. So I think he has a PFP project too.
Yeah, I think this is it right here, right?
Yeah, it's called invaders.nft. Yeah. So yeah, just pretty dope project. 999 generated NFTs, generative.
With the roadmap.
I think kind of like how he views it. It has a little roadmap, burn mechanics, whitelisting. Kind of every one of these PFP projects has like a roadmap like this. So just him stating out that, and then I guess it's on Super Rare. So Super Rare is one of the more top tier marketplace.
Nifty Gateway.
Yeah. I mean, Nifty Gateway is another top tier marketplace. So it's cool. He has stuff all over the place. It seems pretty well known in the space somewhat, and yeah, I just think it's real tight. You know what they're doing. Just wanted to highlight them.
Yeah, let's click on one. $4.5 ETH. Somebody offered him that much. I don't know if he sold it to them. Oh yes, he did. Okay.
Okay.
So an owner has this one. That's really cool. That's really cool.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Got a lot of artwork.
That's real tight. Yeah, I tried to pull up every place I could find for these artists, honestly.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I know you found Mlndr too.
Yeah, Mlndr downscore NFT. Yeah, I just thought something kind of sound. It's dope. Yeah, I really like the artwork. But yeah, I just dig it. I just dig I actually like the. Yeah, that's real dope. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. Kind of like gaming Unity type of look. Possibly. Aside. Real dope artist, man. Buy for 2 tabs, yeah. Yeah, diverse. Right. Yeah. I hate, yeah. That's Do it, man. Always on Spaces, I've seen. Hmm. Real tight. Very affordable. Real dope, man. A lot of colors. Properties, yeah. Yeah. You'll see that every once in a while from OpenSea. Respect. Yeah, so let me go over this article. It's about how Universal Music acquired Bored Ape Yacht Club JPEG or NFT. Universal Music label acquires Ape NFT to lead virtual music group. So yeah, they bought one of these Bored Ape Yacht Clubs. They paid 360K, and it's a female character known as Mlndr Know It All to lead the group, and it founded in November called Kingship. So I think they have a band that's like all digital like that called Kingship. Kingship, which solely exists in digital form, will have its own website presence on messaging platforms, Discord, and will eventually produce new music, give virtual performances in the metaverse. So yeah, they're trying to make a metaverse band with these cartoon figures, basically, and kind of kin to gorillas, I would say. And what you're kind of seeing in this is that, Universal Music sees some kind of asset in this, or maybe some value to flip it. Well, I'll tell you, basically, being in the music industry, what it is when you have a band or any kind of person group, you have to spend a lot of money touring around and kind of maintaining the band or the number of people in the group. Normally, when you go in these digital kind of realms, you could kind of lower the cost of that, therefore lower the touring. Maybe the acts make more money, the people who own the assets make more money. Kind of saw this transition when I was working in festivals where you had a lot more bands playing. Now you see hip hop and DJs playing because the cost of that went down drastically. So more of these bigger companies and music industry companies you see were kind of pushing those type of acts because they were able to make more profits from them. and just a layman's way of looking at it. So I see him jumping into this because it's a way they could have like digital avatars. You could have the stuff streaming everywhere. You get into more spaces faster. Cartoons are basically palatable to like a whole community, right? So it's just interesting to see him jump into this and see where it goes from here. Obviously, the second half is like how great is the music, how great is the storyline, but you can definitely see that someone over there is seeing some kind of future in this NFT realm. So it's just kind of cool just to see that happening. Mm. See what happens. Yeah. This is one interest. What's also, yeah, it's gonna come. What a another thing I was gonna mention to you, Moch. I was talking to one of the people I used to work with at Lollapalooza ACL, this marketing director, and they're talking about how they're working with NFTs, and they bought a Mutant Ape Yacht Club NFT. He was like, yeah, I was trying to do like a bigger kind of like more community based, but they ended up getting the Mutant Ape Yacht Club. But what you're seeing, what I'm just saying that story is like you're seeing these bigger companies kind of investing in that, right? And you're having a bifurcation of like big companies buying into those big projects, right? Like Bored Ape Yacht and CryptoPunks. And then you're having this movement of independent artists kind of doing one-of-ones in the Twitter spaces and that kind of cultural realm. So it's just interesting to see what's going to occur out of this. Even that guy I was talking to, he's like, hey, can we team up with something? And it's like, how do you connect all the two, knowing that, there's these two forces at play, right? Like independent artists growing versus like just a big kind of corporate entity owning all this stuff and just trying to push that, right? You're always going to have that battle, not a battle, but just the creative forces one-upping each other. Let me put it that way, pushing it. So it's just interesting to see how that's going to play out in this whole landscape. I just wanted to tell you that because it's just a thing that I saw this week. Right. And all their music videos too. They're all cartoons. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, um, I fear that I was muted for everybody in the video there for a minute. So what I was saying was basically, I think that the combination of the two articles makes a lot of sense, because you have a lot of people coming in to this industry now, and simultaneously, like with Instagram, like those examples, it's becoming more accessible to creators, you know? So like all the artists out there that are worried right now, like how are people going to see my NFTs and how is this and that going to happen? You do not have to worry about that. Like that's kind of the point of what we're showing you is it's like, and even the biggest companies in the game in entertainment and music are experimenting. They don't know. Like Karthik just said, they're trying to buy into these communities. The communities are already created and conglomerating and dropping coins and doing all this crazy stuff, and like the people in real life are coming in to catch up. That's just what's happening, and try to bring like validity to this NFT crypto space, you know, saying like, oh yeah, we're Universal Music Group, we own this and this inside of these communities, or we own land in the sandbox. I mean, they both own massive pieces of land in the sandbox with their logos on them, you know, Warner and Universal, I think. Like, they're ready to go showcase their artists this way. They're ready to, like, I can see a million reasons why, dude. Like, because we've been on the tours where the artists are, like, killing themselves to, like, get on radio. Like, dude, the labels can just
barely
set
even
up,
getting paid.
yeah, but even then, it's like the labels can just set up virtual spaces now and tell all the program directors in the entire country.
Yeah.
I can't believe I just thought about that live on air right now, dude. I'm gonna offer my space in Spatial to some of my friends right now. If any of them are tuning in and they're tired of like sending their artists out on those tours,
Right.
let's just hit up, dude. I mean, like, you know, that's what the future is gonna be, right? Because in the metaverse, you can actually set up very good sound.
Right.
You know, on
As
Twitter
long as you got the
Spaces it
connection,
sucks,
right?
but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
on the metaverse, we could like totally do that in so many different lands, you know? And it would be so much easier for music discovery. Like, I just think like, you know, that's
Well,
what
it's
the
like-
future is. And yeah, and we see the big dogs coming in saying this is what's going to happen, you know?
Well, it's like what you said, man. It's, when you're discovering artists, you're really discovering a story, right? And what better way to tell a story when you have all your visuals, all your music, your environment? Like, that's how you actually capture the fan, right? It's like that stuff, like the song can be tight and all that, but when you bring them in that environment, that's when they become a lifelong fan, basically. So exactly what you're saying. It's a dream world for the artist, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dream world for everybody, dude, in the game. You know what I mean? Like, the artist benefits the most, I believe. It's, you know, but it's just like, it's really, when you think about it, man, when you've been on the side that's like setting up all this stuff for artists, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like think about the EPs, dude. EPKs, like electronic press kits,
Right.
like, and just the music EPs and the singles and the videos and all this stuff that you have, right? And you're trying to show it to these people that are tastemakers, you know? And to be able to say like, no, come into my fully immersive world, dude. Like, remember when we sent out like boxes to people? Like,
Yeah.
our band sent out boxes because we wanted people to like have an experience when you got our album. Like, if you were an OG our bander, then like we sent you this like wooden box that was like hand engraved with like an album and a bunch of stuff that went with the album, like a little comic book and like all this stuff, right? And
It was like a stash box laser etched with our band and your name on it. And then you had like you know, the album and all, exactly what he said, like stuff you could keep in there. And it was a memento that anybody could get hold on to for a long time.
Yeah, and like the super OGs, they were like super personalized. Like, I think I put some like nugs in one of them for one of our homies and was like, yeah, Blaze, listen to this. Like, you know, just like, but now it's like, dude, I want to send out Oculuses, bro. I want to like cut a deal, or like those wooden ones, or like those little plastic ones, and you could just put it on your phone and like look around.
Pizza Hut used to do those activations. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah,
that was a while back.
I do remember that. That was a long time ago. But like, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, I don't know. I just think it's way more immersive than it's ever been before, and that's why everybody's like, oh yeah, let me. And then these communities are just like, they're massive, and they're saying like, we already have the infrastructure set up to communicate with all these people in a way that you've never experienced. Live Nation, Warner Music Group, Universal Music Group, like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, you and I have been deeply ingrained in those lives in our career, and I personally have never really seen anything like this. So
nah. I mean, the closest thing, remember when we did that music video and we set up all of our artwork in the warehouse?
Yeah.
It's just like taking that whole vibe and now you're able to do it digitally.
Yeah, I mean, that would be so cool to, exactly, man. But it's like the accessibility of the technology combined with like, honestly, what happened during the pandemic.
Right.
has like opened up this whole world of communication that I don't know. I'm fascinated by it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Especially,
yeah.
I mean, that's why I like. Maybe we should continue to bring more music industry perspective in at the end of these episodes with these articles, because it's like, you know, I mean, it's fun to watch people catch on, but also it's like I said, we've had intimate roles in those spaces, and what's possible in this Web3 world is something that, like, I believe as like as a music industry professional, I was just like fantasizing about
right
a few years ago, dude. Like, you know,
straight up.
So not to mention as like a musician, creator, artist, everything that we are, but like, it's wild, dude. It's wild. And people
Wild,
don't
Wild
believe
West,
that
baby.
shit. Yeah, like same thing.
Yeah.
I was at this art gallery telling people like, yeah, I sold some NFTs. And, like, me and my homie Karthik were like selling NFTs. We're building them. We're talking about them on YouTube. They're like, what? For real? You did? Blah, blah? I'm like, yeah, dude, let's go. All you have to do is try, dude. I'm not even like trying to be like I'm like the king of this game. I'm just like, I'm just trying.
Yeah, for real.
Just try it. But this has been really fun hanging out. I think we're probably due for a wrap up here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out. I'm sorry that I was muted for an unknown amount of time. I'm praying that it wasn't while I was talking about Daturians.
I could hear you, so
I know you could, but I don't know that
All right,
everybody tuning in could. But hey, we're here, we're doing it, you know? If not, you still got to look at Tight Art, and Karthik talked about him, so you heard Karthik. Regardless, please do like, subscribe, follow us on Twitter. Once you subscribe, hit that little bell notification. Tune in every day, Monday through Friday. We're here at NFT ART TALK. My name is Moshe, a.k.a. DJ Fetus. This is my homie Karthik NFTs in all the spaces and places. Let's go. Let's get it, dude. That's what I'm leaving it at. Like, let's get it. It's the beginning of a week. We're going to hustle. We're going to stay focused. We're going to be here. Definitely gonna make some time for art this week. I got a lot to create. Yeah, that's kind of that's the vibe I'm putting out.
Feel you, man. Like I said, South by kicked off the artistic releases for the year, so I'm just embracing that and embracing this channel we created, embracing the spaces we're going into, and embracing all the people that want to get involved, man. So everybody out there, just, you know, live your life, have a good day. Hit us up. We want to talk about some art.